Attorney Jonathan Elson, reminding you that if you've been injured in an auto accident, it's important to have somebody on your side. When you need a lawyer,
then you need Nelson.
Closing arguments ended just before 3:40 p.m. today, and jurors left the courtroom to begin deliberations shortly afterward in the Ashley Winn trial. She is facing a possible sentence of 2 to 20 years if she is found guilty of the two charges she is facing: DUI causing death and DUI causing bodily harm. Today's closing proceedings started with Judge Lane reading all of the lengthy jury instructions aloud because the defense says a key person connected to this case was discussing the case with people at the local post office. There was another point of contention today: whether or not our KPVM news crew should be allowed to continue our Facebook Live coverage of today's closing proceedings. Defense attorney Adam Vanderhayden says he's worried about his client's safety, so why take a chance of the public knowing her exact whereabouts and case happenings, to which Judge Robert Lane agreed. So News 25 was forced to stop the live court recording. Then other points of contention were brought up as prosecutor Michael Vieta-Cabell stated that we've seen all three ways a defendant can be found guilty of DUI. Number one, time, because 1 hour, 50 minutes, and 30 seconds after the crash, Winn's blood alcohol content was 0.10. Then an hour later, Winn's blood alcohol content was tested again at 0.08. Both levels above the legal limit. Blood alcohol content was also the point number 2 brought up, and it was the criteria number of 0.08. Contention point number 3, if the jurors are convinced that the defendant was under the influence, then they would be able to convict Ashley Winn. That was the main sticking point for the defense, who says the facts just don't add up, and that many testifying witnesses did not state that they observed Winn appear to be impaired. Defense says if they did not testify about it, then he has to act as if that evidence does not exist, further trying to raise doubt about Winn's impairment. The defense attorney also pointed out a possible margin of error regarding blood tests. The prosecution rebutted by telling jurors that the blood testing expert took care to account for any irregularities. He also pointed out that people who had been drinking themselves were the ones who did not state that they observed Winn being impaired. Judge Lane will check to see where jurors are at 5 p.m. today and to see if they have made a final decision. This is Unat Gentry reporting for News 25.